Sometimes going on a meditation retreat means packing up and going to a retreat center. It's great. You get away from all the obligations and complexities of life, you get fed, and there's really nothing much to do but practice. But this is not possible for everyone. Virtual retreats open the door for people who simply can't travel. Maybe you're caring for a child, a parent, or a partner who needs you nearby. Maybe you have a pet that you just can't leave behind. Maybe you have a condition that makes travel genuinely difficult. Maybe the cost of flights and travel just isn't in the budget. Virtual retreats are often a fraction of the cost because there's no room and board. These are real reasons, and they shouldn't keep anyone from sustained practice. I know, Zoom fatigue is real. I hear this all the time. But virtual retreat is different from back-to-back work calls. You're not performing. You're not presenting. A lot of people keep their screens to the side or at an angle, so you still get the feeling of practicing together, that sense of a shared container, without being glued to the screen the whole time. At an in-person retreat, the food might be nourishing, but it's not yours. On a virtual retreat, you eat what actually suits your body. You cook what you love, or you don't cook at all. Nobody's going to serve you kale 3 meals a day and call it a spiritual experience. In virtual retreat, you sit on your own chair, you have your cushion, your blanket, your altar if you have one, all the comforts of home. You can light a scented candle, burn incense, or even sage the room. At home, it won't trigger administrative action. At the end of the day, you sleep in your own bed. Even at centers where the Dhamma is impeccable, the institutional mattress, usually less so. Even at Spirit Rock, which we call the upper middle way, the plumbing is shared. But here's the most important thing. When you practice at home, you begin to associate your own home, your kitchen, your living room, your ordinary life, with depth and awareness. You're not cultivating a retreat mind that only shows up when you leave home. You're bringing the practice right into the environment where you actually live. You can practice walking meditation in your hallway, your backyard, your neighborhood, and in doing so, you begin to discover the sacred within the mundane. Wherever you are is where the practice is. A few years ago, I was the online teacher for a hybrid retreat at the Inside Meditation Society. The in-person retreatants were sitting on this beautiful land in Barre, Massachusetts, while we were practicing together online. The theme of the conversation with the remote practitioners was FOMO. They really wanted to be there. They felt like they were missing out. And then mid-retreat, the septic system backed up. Everyone on the land had to leave. Our online retreat continued undisturbed right to the end. The retreat is in you, not in the place you're practicing. Awareness is not location dependent. What makes a retreat is the sincerity of practice you're bringing to being exactly where you already are.